You know, I know you brought me here for a reason. I know you agreed to do this and somehow benefit yourself. Nothing wrong with that. Tell me what's up, please.
I mean, I knew you'd get this back to TNA.
Absolutely.
I know that this will air, and you're right. I mean, I've got till October '07 left in my contract, and they're going to honor it. And they spent all this time on Sting, and the thing is, if they do that for Sting, they should do a lot more for Kevin Nash. And they haven't. So I look at it and I say, all right, I'm going to have to shake things up around here. So I say to myself, what am I going to do? If you're going to pick something, I said, I'll go after the little prize and joy, the little pride and joy. I'm going to go after the X Division. I'm going to go after something that's dear to their heart. That's something that they actually feel is giving TNA its identity. Because the way I look at it, if I destroy what gave TNA its identity, then I become its identity. And if you become something's identity, you become the most valuable thing in that company, which means the most money. And by the time October comes up and my deal's up, I'll be the hottest entity in the business again. These kind of numbers will be going through the roof again. And guess what? Lo and behold, I'm renegotiating. You could line up every one of your guys. You could line up the entire X Division in a line, in alphabetical order, and me at my age right now could single-handedly beat every one of you guys night after night after night. A mediocre big man would destroy the best small man night in, night out. Night in, night out. What's the X Division? What's the motto you guys use? A little catchy thing.
Tagline they put out for it?
Yeah.
I believe, and I didn't come up with it, but it's not about weight limits. It's about no limits.
Number one, always take credit for anything you can. You should have said, I came up with that. Number two, I want to see if you guys can back that up. I want to see which one of you guys can back that up when you take a size 16 boot in your face. That's all I got to say. Thanks. Take a hike.
Final Resolution. Available everywhere at TNAWrestling.com.
See, I had a little health scare, right?
Yeah, you did.
Last year in October.
That's right.
And I've seen Sting come back. I've seen Steiner come back. And my phone hasn't. My phone does ring. You can see that obviously it works.
Oh,
but
sure.
Just nobody from TNA has contacted me.
Well, that's got to make you feel pretty mad because these guys are your colleagues.
And they're substantially underneath my stature. I mean, I could talk about it all day, but I think sometimes a picture says 1,000 words.
That's true.
What I basically did here was I constructed a graph.
Oh wow!
And,
all right.
It starts in 1993. You can see with Hogan. And what he drew that year, which was after, this is all profits, of course. Profits to the WWF at that time was $20 million. Bret Hart took over, $17 million. Nash, as the Diesel character, well over $100 million. That's without my merchandise.
Yeah, huge spike in profits.
Huge spike.
Right there. Huge spike.
Largest grossing champion in the history of the business, including merchandise. Merchandise would be a separate chart. Of course, Austin, a great run. Austin, nearly up there with my run, but nowhere close. And of course, the drastic drop off with Rock there after the Austin era. So that, in a nutshell, that kind of shows where the businesses went. Of course, at this time right here, the NWO spike that I, with me at the helm, would have surpassed all this and the $300 million.
So really, you just took your spike from the WWF
and moved it.
And just moved it over to WCW. Spike them too.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. That's a lot of spiking.
Imagine with me on Spike. I'm not going to toot my own horn here. Great worker, incredible mic skills. Probably one of the most handsome guys ever to wrestle. Great physique. I've stayed in shape my entire career. Drug-free.
Yeah, pure champion.
Pure champion.
A lot like the X Division, huh? All right.
Yeah, whatever. I think the X Division's got some good little guys. Go out and give you a good little match. It's basically filler.